you see a Puerto Rican, you walk into a bodega, you hear that Spanish music. You automatically turn Hispanic. You automatically turn Hispanic. Like, papi, ¿cuándo por un bread? ¿Cuándo por un bread? Buddy, pal, can you point me in a direction? Put me in the direction of a Kinko's, you turn white all of a sudden. Like, Kinko's? Yeah, I think the Kinko's is about 3 blocks west. Yeah, you don't have to be from Jamaica to sound like a Jamaican, you know? A Jamaican walks up to you and says, yo, dog, go on. You turn Jamaican all of a sudden, like, yeah, dog, midday I still use it. Me good, you know? Everything crisp and clean.
So a lot of people I know have asked me this question. Honestly, I don't even really know the answer. Were you born here or Haiti?
I was born in the U.S. Born here in Brooklyn, Woodhull Hospital, Bed-Stuy. Haitian household, pretty strict. Certain things that other households were doing, don't expect it at my house. You know, I couldn't have more than 1 pair of sneakers. We couldn't open more than, you know, 1 box of cereal. Like, we couldn't have cornflakes and Fruit Loops and then Frosted Flakes all open at the same time. Like, wait till the cornflakes are done, then you go to the Fruit Loops. Wait till that's done, and then you go to the Frosted Flakes. My pops left when I was pretty young. And, you know, my mom, she was my mother and my father and my grandfather until he passed. And, you know, I thought about it a lot because I remember the day my father dipped. I remember that day, but nah, I couldn't, because now I had to be the responsibility of being the man of the house was put onto me at 8, 9 years old.
So what sparked your interest into becoming a comedian, you know? Because you've been through a lot growing up without a father, and you know, you've transformed that to a positive energy. How did that come about?
You do what you know, like you do what's easier. I would feel you do what's, you know, what you feel would be easier to do. Like I know I was gonna be in the NBA, and dancing could only take you but so far, and track, I just, you know, lost the passion for it. So, but I always like making people laugh, always. So, you know, just do what you know. The first time people were like, "Oh, you're really funny," was I was in church. It was a show they had, and they asked me to host it. Not because they knew I told jokes, but because they knew I was, you know, funny. I was the charismatic person that could, you know, keep the crowd together while other people are getting their stuff together.
So I know, okay, now I know this is a Haitian church, mind you, and I know everything is strict. So what kind of jokes were you telling the crowd? Were you over the top, or you had to hold it down a little bit? I
try to keep my show clean anyway. It was all clean stuff, but no one knew that I had this material. Like, it was like material I was preparing for ages. Like, I'd have it in like a little notepad. I had material from a fight I had with my dad. I had a fight with this crew of kids, and they wanted to beat me up for my book bag, which was a Jansport book bag. It was pretty popular. Yeah, exactly. That. And then the next one, Kirk Franklin called my phone by mistake. You know, he was trying to reach Donnie McClurkin, but he reached my phone, and he thought I was joking when I was saying, "No, you got the wrong number." You know, that night was the night to break out this notepad. And once I did, like, just putting out all these jokes that I had prepared. So, you know, but they were like, "Man, you should take this seriously, man."
What are some of your inspirations to tell these funny stories?
A lot of my jokes are inspired by my lifestyle, my everyday lifestyle, my culture. You know, I'm Haitian, so that's an hour of jokes by itself. And then I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from New York, so that's another hour. I talk about everybody, Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Guyanese people, because you know, I'm from Flatbush, so you learn these. You learn accents like pretty good because you're around all these people. So I'm Haitian, but I'll be nice with the Trini accent or the Jamaican accent or the Guyanese accent. Olya, Well, you just love to whine, yes. Just love to just carry on and get in on real fucking bad or so and thing. People think I'm Trinidadian now because Haitian V is really Trinidadian. Like, people like, oh, yo, we just politic and just, you know, just.
Personally, I'd be scared.
Oh yeah, the new Jamaicans, they just talk with their gun fingers out like, yeah man. Like my grandmother just dead and, you know.
How do you remember your jokes for a show? Is there a particular routine that you do, a ritual? Let me know.
Yeah, it's a few. First I'll write it on my BlackBerry. Like I write the idea on my BlackBerry, like I'll think about it and I'll chuckle, maybe I'll, you know, get a little chuckle to myself. I'm like, yeah, this could work. And then I'll flesh it out. So flesh it out means like to give it more body, like give the joke more, you know, to make it more, more structured. And I'll do that, and then I'll write it over just so I can remember it, and then I'll tell it in the mirror. And then after I've done told it in the mirror, I'll dissertate the joke over like music, like instrumental, like any instrumental is like a song. So if it's like a beat or anything like music, I'll walk the streets or whatever. Like anytime you see me, I'm with headphones on. You know, like if I'm listening to music or I'm just getting myself to remember jokes. I feel like I gotta force myself to rhyme, but I don't rhyme. Like if I'm speaking out loud, you're like, what is that? Why are you doing that? You know, but that's how I remember it. Like I remember it through music and through writing it out and then telling it to myself. I don't do it all the time, but there's some days you catch me like, you know, dad comes home and dad comes home. Ask me what I'm doing home so early. This and that, like, what is that? Like, what rhyme is that? Why does that not rhyme? It's not music, it's material. So you'll see my arm swinging and this and that, and like, damn, this guy probably got the hottest verse ever. And if I speak out loud, it's like, it's material.
Well, I'm really glad we had a chance to speak, man. I know a lot of people didn't know, you know, what you've been going through, you know, as a human being apart from Haitian V and all these other characters that you play. So you're a real person, you know what I mean? You go through real emotions and you're living real life. Yeah. So I appreciate you telling me all of this, dog. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No problem. How do you feel right now, dog?
I feel like Michael Jordan just won the 6th championship right now. I'm like hyped, so hyped. Like, I'm on top of the world because, you know, a lot of people came out, support me, I appreciate it.
Honestly, this is
beautiful, man.
Real special for me because this is the first time I've seen you perform live.
Yeah.
And I knew you for like years. So like, it's real special.